and welcome to Subfacts. I'm your host, Matt. I'm here with my partner in crime, Mooney. What's up, Mooney?
What's going on?
Hey, we got a special tonight. Special. Okay, so YouTube.
38 special or?
I know. Hang on. Don't get me singing some 38 special. So we have a special tonight, folks. Those who are listening to us audio podcast style.
Yep.
We're not going to do the traditional Subfacts show that we normally do. We're going right into our Animal House recasting.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, we're butting up against a holiday week. There's not much going on in the world, so
there isn't.
Reality is you'd have a lackluster podcast, for lack of better terms.
And we have a lot of content to bring you the week after, right? So we're going to take the content from this week and next week and
we'll
push it all into one show.
We'll figure it out, folks. But really, that's one of the reasons why we're doing this special show. Those of you who are on YouTube, you guys would have gotten this anyway. So welcome to the normal show.
Welcome to the normal show.
So I've already mentioned it. We are going to be recasting the movie Animal House.
Love it.
The classic, I want to say it was 1978.
Yes.
If I'm correct.
That is.
Yes, 1978.
1978 classic. And I will say, in just my experience, and I know you guys can weigh in too, but literally this was the toughest recasting I think we've ever done.
Brutal.
But what it made me realize was the fact that you couldn't remake this movie in now modern times.
Absolutely not.
B, there's no actors that could, in theory, do it justice.
Nope.
I'm throwing it out there because I'm going to tell you right now, I feel good about my list. I feel comfortable with it.
Over 100 actors' faces, and I was like, none of them look like.
No, and the obvious choice would be to go to Saturday Night Live because that's kind of, John Belushi came from Saturday Night Live. But like you go to Saturday Night Live, there's really nobody. They don't have we're fat, so we can speak to the fat. So they don't have any fat like comedians of a younger generation. It's like everybody's healthy. Everybody's,
Well, they don't, by the way, they don't put fat characters in movies anymore. Like
they don't.
The last one was Jonah Hill in Superbad.
Yeah, and then Jonah Hill's aged himself out of being recasted for an Animal House.
Absolutely.
So there's really like no.
But Superbad's the last one to have like a fat character.
And that's
like
20
Varsity
years
Blues
old or
had Billy Bob. Of course, he's the lineman.
And that's 30 years old at this point. So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know what's wrong. Like I was even looking at TV shows because I'm like, there's no comedies anymore that involve younger people. It's typically older people who wouldn't have made it for this movie. Then you're stuck with the Stranger Things. You're stuck with the Cobra Kais. You're stuck with those people.
By the way, I still go to bars for Sunday. There are young fat people.
Oh, absolutely.
There are young fat people that go to college.
Yeah.
Like
I see a ton of
but then again, they don't even do college movies. Like every movie, they don't do anything fun anymore.
Yeah. I went to a concert last week where majority of people were fat. And it's like they could have, but they're not represented anymore on in movies and TV.
I just noticed the poster. What
do you mean?
Who has the nice car in the movie?
That was Flounder. It was his brother.
Yeah, remember he borrowed his brother's.
Right, but I thought it was. I didn't think it was red and white though.
No, they're showing a Corvette here in the thing. I think
I don't know the particular car it was.
I don't think it was black. I thought his car.
Yeah, it was. So.
Oh yeah, because D-Day turned it into.
I told you, I know this stuff.
D-Day turned it into a float.
Why the significance of the red car? Like everything else makes kind of sense.
Well, really, to be honest with you, what they do is usually the poster creators haven't really seen the movie. The director goes, "This is what it's about. Here's your stars." Make something. You figure it out. So I get it. It's still one of the classic iconic posters.
I may be wrong, but Eric Stratton, Otter, he may have shown up like
in one of those cars.
That car at the motel where he was supposed to meet. Was it Bunny?
You're right.
20, I think.
Yeah.
20,
Yeah. But anyway,
it's a gem, priceless gem of a movie.
It's amazing movie. But anyway, it's sad state of affair that it's this difficult to recast.
Well, maybe Hollywood will call us up and say, hey, look, we're going to give you some more profiles. We like your original try, but you're going to create a movie that's going to make fat actors back in Hollywood.
Yes, like we need more fat actors. Speaking of fat actors and fat podcasters, we started a new thing that I want to highlight in the beginning. We'll also probably highlight it at the end. But if you enjoy what we're doing, we obviously appreciate any kind of a like, the views, the subscriptions, comments are amazing to us. We really, really love that. But we also added a little thing. If you just want to you like this particular episode or you like what we're doing and you want to throw us a little bone, we have a little link in the description that says, buy us a slice of pizza. And so essentially, if you want to just kind of say, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you guys a little tip. Just this episode. I like it.
Yeah.
Boom. Click on the link and buy us a slice of pizza,
And is it like a set price or is it you?
Yeah, they have, there's a standard pizza slice price or whatever.
Oh, okay.
You could buy multiple slices. If you want to buy us a whole pie, sure, have at it. But
he can eat a pie, But
really, it's just a nice little tip if you feel generous and you want to, if you like what we're doing.
Zero pressure.
But anyway, I wanted to get that out of the way. But before we get started, anybody know, you guys, we've all seen Animal House 50 million times. We're assuming, folks, that you've seen Animal House. If you haven't, pause this video right now
and watch it.
Immediately watch Animal House. You're going to thank us for it, and you're probably going to want to buy us a couple slices of pizza, and then come back to it, and then you'll see what everything means.
Exactly.
But it's literally one of the greatest movies ever made.
Absolutely.
And it could never be made in this day and age.
It's entertaining. It's funny. It's poignant for that time and era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could never be made in this day and age based on the climate that we're in. So it's one of those just true gems. But essentially, at a high level, it's basically about a college fraternity house. 2 freshmen try to get pledged, all that good stuff. But it's the ongoings in college.
But it's really not like Revenge of the Nerds-ish, right?
No.
I mean, all there is like hijinks. This is college hijinks.
It's literally all it is college hijinks at its finest.
Yep.
And so with that being said, going forward, we're going to assume that you've already seen this movie, and we're going to list the characters. Or actually, Brian will put the character up. We also, because of the struggle on finding current people, we had to pick the ages that the people were when they were acting in the movie.
You guys did that. I'm all over the place.
I totally did that because I tried to keep it somewhat close. We all know in the real world that you're not typically going to be in college when you're close to 30, unless you're me, because
Right, but when this movie was filmed, a good portion of the actors were 30.
Yeah, they were 29, 30ish, that whole range. So that's why we have the age with the actor. But Brian will put the pictures up, and then we'll battle it out from there.
Boom. Let's start.
All right. Guys, first up is the character Robert Hoover. He was originally played by James Widows, and James Widows was 25 at the time of filming. Good. So who wants to go first?
Do you want to go first, or do you?
Sure, I'll go first. I'll probably have the worst
you,
list.
Me, then Brian, or Brian. Do you want to go? I don't really care.
I don't care either.
Okay. You, me, then Brian.
I don't know his age. He's older than 25 for sure, but he looks younger. So I don't know. I mean, sticking to the age is going to be tough for this whole thing. So I think we got to have an opener mind.
I did the homework, sir. No,
I think
So who did you pick?
Actors can be of different ages. I think we need to be more parachute open-minded here.
Okay.
So he looks very young. Keep that in mind. And he's got that goofy enough face where he can pull it off. Michael Cera.
That's not a terrible choice.
Actually, not a terrible
He's
choice. I don't know how
35.
old
He's a
he is.
little old for the role,
I
but
didn't know he was 35.
But he
looks young.
Still looks young. It's not a bad choice. The only thing that I struggle with is the fact
he's
that
starting to look a little old.
Hoover was nerdy, but he wasn't like a nerd-looking guy.
Yeah.
I think Michael Cera always looks like a nerd-looking guy.
Yeah. He's
like
also
Hoover. Remember, Hoover had to like stand up. Remember 0.0, but Hoover had to like stand up and actually.
But he was a cross. He wasn't good looking. He wasn't fat. He was just a normal looking dude.
I think he looks 35 now. That's the problem.
Does it?
Okay,
the beard doesn't help.
Well,
him.
the beard, but I mean, if he didn't have the beard,
I think he could pass.
I'm not sold on him.
I think
not a terrible choice.
Okay, so my choice, and once again, I'm not dying on the hill for this one, but it was the best I could come up with based on one of my characteristics of Hoover, is somebody who's not the typical nerd, horn rim glasses kind of guy. He's just a guy who
he had the best GPA.
Yeah, exactly. He's a guy you could see.
1.2?
You could see a guy who's like an accountant, type of guy. So I chose Josh Hutcherson from. PETA,
Hutcherson could do it.
PETA from
Hutcherson. I know who he is.
I think he could definitely do it. I think that's a possibility.
Because he could play kind of dorky.
I like it.
He could play dorky, but
much better than Michael Cera. I like that choice so far. Agree. He would
not a bad choice.
He would have to lose a little muscle. He sometimes can be like
I think if he looked like he did in
a lot of the
Games,
times
because he wasn't muscular.
A lot of his roles, he's a little he's muscular in Hunger Games.
Is he really?
He's supposed to be, yeah.
So. He just needs to lose a little muscle. He's got a good jaw.
He's not.
Again, I don't think that's a bad choice.
No, I like him. Yeah. I like that
choice
a lot. All right, I want to hear your choice.
My choice for Hoove was Bo Burnham.
Ooh.
Who is that?
He's a comedian. He's a pretty famous comedian.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen him before. I wouldn't have known it if you just said his, but not by his face. I've seen him.
Okay,
he's kind of dorky, a normal guy. He could be like that,
I think since we knocked out Michael Cera, Mooney should probably pick.
Man, I like it, but I'm not gonna lie. I like Hutcherson. I like the Hutcherson choice.
I'm not gonna die on this hill. So Josh Hutcherson.
Boom! It'll be the only one I ever get because
I do. I really like that choice.
He's my Ken Alves or Kevin Alves.
No. I think Hutcherson's a good choice. That choice is better than mine, but I like.
The last time we did a recasting, I had one guy that won.
Yeah, I know. Perfect. All right.
Cool. So the next one I have on the list is Doug Kenney. I believe you guys didn't do him. I just wanted to talk about him real quick. He actually wrote Animal House. He's a really interesting guy. There's a great movie out there on Netflix called A Futile and Stupid Gesture that's about his life. He went to Harvard. He wrote for the Harvard Lampoon, which is kind of a famous Harvard comedy thing that they do and they've done for years and years. He then went on to found and create and write for the National Lampoon magazine, which we've all heard of. And then he became a writer, and he started writing stuff like Animal House, and then he actually wrote Caddyshack as well.
Wow! Right then and there, he should be knighted.
This guy is a pimp.
Caddyshack is the greatest comedy of all time.
Yeah, so, this guy is
unfortunately
Todd Phillips.
Unfortunately, really strange and tragically, he was I think in his mid 30s, like 33, 34. He died. He fell off a cliff in Hawaii.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. So
like
could have had a
OG Todd Phillips.
Could have had a really great career.
Considering the fact that he wrote two of the greatest movies of all time.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
But then again,
Old School is my favorite. And Hangovers are good.
And the Caddyshack's my favorite.
Yeah. I know you didn't pick him, but I picked John Early. He's a comedian actor. Does a lot of stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I can see that.
You can have it because I didn't pick anything.
I didn't pick anything either.
He's been in things like The After Party and The Wet Hot American Summer and stuff like that.
By the way, the Stork's greatest line ever.
John Early.
What the hell are we supposed to do, you moron? Mo Ron.
I say that all the time. I say that what the hell you were supposed to do.
Mo Ron.
All right. So the next character up is Doug Niedermeyer. He was famously played by Mark Metcalf, and Mark Metcalf was 32 at the age of filming.
One of the greatest character actors ever.
Yes, agreed.
Don't think I don't have his autograph.
Oh my God. I know you guys are going to probably laugh, but I chose this actor based on the fact that his face is really annoying, and he's easily could be a jerk. Like I could totally see this guy being a jerk. I don't see him being the cool jerk or like a popular guy.
Well, Niedermeyer wasn't popular. He was
annoying
just a
face
guy.
and complete jerk. Daniel Radcliffe.
Is he tall?
He's tiny. He can't be like imposing.
No, he's a real small.
Yeah.
But you can like put some.
Okay, let's see how my.
Yeah.
I have 2.
All right.
I have 2, and I'll go with the first choice just because it was the first gut choice. And this is tough because when you look at younger actors, they're all pretty boy looking dudes that don't fit the Niedermeyer case. And it's only because it's this guy's face that says to me that he could play that like jerk is Will Poulter.
Oh yeah, he's a good actor.
But I also thought about Cameron Monaghan, the guy from Shameless too, because he also has that ability to be just a jerk.
So my Niedermeyer is Will Poulter.
Oh, hey.
So I think he automatically wins.
I select him a lot. That's the only reason I didn't want to select him. Let's go with Will Poulter.
He comes off like he could totally do it.
100%
yes,
agree.
Absolutely.
I just choose his name a lot. That's why.
And that's how I knew him, is because you choose his name a lot.
He's a great actor.
He'll always get acting work from Subfacts.
Right, yeah,
just know, Will Poulter, if you're out there.
Yeah, he doesn't need our help. He was in the latest great Guardians of the Galaxy. He's been in lots of stuff.
If he's
he's 100% Niedermeyer.
If he's ever down on his luck,
100%.
That's probably going to be the best one we do.
Yeah.
To be honest.
So do I count that as 1.5?
1.5.
Oh yeah.
Because Brian gets a half too.
Or you each get 1. So now you're at 2.
You're at 2.
Oh yeah, there you go. Okay, boom.
Well, I'm at 2 too. If I did Stork, right?
Oh yeah. Well.
2 and 2.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Yeah.
All right.
Put a Stork in there, we would not have matched.
All right. So the next character is Daniel D-Day Simpson Day.
Boom.
Played by the great Bruce McGill. And Bruce McGill was 28 at the time of casting.
His true talent was the.
Yeah.
Yep.
By the way, I struggled.
BK used to be able to do that.
Dude, perfectly. I struggled mightily with this.
I don't love my pick. This one is.
My pick just kind of looks the part.
Yeah.
I went with it's going to be, obviously we're going to switch it up. It's, the 2020s. Jesse T. Usher.
Jesse T. Usher.
That could work.
Oh, that's a dude from The Boys.
Yeah, I mean that's fine.
It's okay.
I think you could put anybody in this role.
You probably could, but let's go with. No, I'm just kidding. Mine, I'm gonna have to spell for you because I've never heard of this dude.
I kind of like his smile. That's what did it for me. When I was looking,
D-Day was more of a militant kind of guy, like a Tackleberry type of guy.
No,
but this guy could be that. I mean, you just dress him up in camouflage.
He was the guy who rode the motorbike, but every time you saw him, he was like he had a smile on his face.
Well, I know, but he was more like he's the one that like hacked up the car to make the float. He was more like the military.
Yeah, this guy can do that.
Yeah, anybody can do that role, really.
Okay, so I'm gonna spell mine for you.
Oh boy,
it's Avan, and then the last name is Jogia. Avon Jogia. See the one picture?
Oh, there you go.
He has the look like when he with the shaved head, like that one.
This one?
Yeah, he kind of has the D-Day look.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, that's fine.
He just has that more like that kind of look.
I picked Lucas Hedges for this. Who
is that guy?
Who is he?
Yeah,
he's an actor. He was like a bunch of movies. Boy Erased,
Game of Thrones,
mid-90s. No,
what's Game of Thrones ish?
Manchester by the Sea. He's been in lots of like.
Oh,
pretty
I like
big
that
movies.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I don't. I'm not wedded to Lucas Hedges. I think.
You didn't choose yet.
He did. He said Lucas Hedges.
No, but he didn't select between our two picks. Brian selects between our two.
Oh yeah,
picks.
good point, Brian.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of like Jesse T. Usher.
Boom!
Oh, he's only doing that because he doesn't want me to win. It's a scam. Okay.
No, I just like him better. I think it'd
kidding.
be.
I'm not dying on the hill for any.
Like I don't know the other guy. I think it's because I don't know who the other guy. I've never seen him in anything. Like I know, I've seen Lucas or Jesse T. Usher. He's been
like
he's in the boys, right?
I don't have a problem with it.
Yeah. So
boom!
I'm going with Jesse.
You got one.
Get on the board, sir.
Boom.
Well, it looks more like D-Day, but anyway.
Again, it doesn't. I don't think. Again, I think D-Day could be played by anybody, really.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right, the next character that we're doing is Katie, famously played by Karen Allen.
Oh man, I went.
She was 27 at the time of filming.
Okay, so my pick is based on the way she looked in the first Spider-Man. I think it's Homecoming. Yeah.
I don't get it. I really don't understand it. It makes no sense to me. But
well, then
it's not your pick.
I won't even say her. No. Zendaya is my pick.
No, it's not your pick.
It's gonna get clowned. I mean,
it's not your pick. That I'm not complaining about your pick.
But if you look at her in Spider-Man, she's completely not like.
I'm talking about the rest of the world. The world loves Zendaya. I don't get it. That's what I'm saying.
Like, look at that. Look.
I mean, she's a good actress. I think she's a really good actress.
Is she really though?
I think she is. I think she's talented. And I think
she's good. She's talented.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't.
It's no, what it is. It's like Beyonce. I don't get Beyonce. I don't get the global world love. There's certain people that you just don't.
Yeah, like
get.
if you scroll down, she has. I think she can do many looks.
I don't hate this pick. Actually, I like it actually.
Okay.
But yeah, let's see what else we got.
Only like, and it's not to pick your pick. Like I said, it's just I don't understand the overall love of her. So my pick, I don't know why I was kind of going with like Karen Allen eyes and just kind of that look. Who could play kind of it? You'd have to. Sometimes she's overdressed. Sometimes in this case you'd dress her down. But Florence Pugh.
I thought of her too. Here's my thing, and I'll talk about it when I make my pick.
It's a little bit too. I don't know.
I like the picture. Yeah, the picture that you're going with there, I think would be a good Karen Allen. No, the top picture. Yeah, that one.
I just don't know if she could ever be a.
So I did two things. Number one, I tried to match this character up with my pick for Boone because I thought they have to go together.
Yes, they do.
And I didn't know.
Are they really in the movie? Like I know they're
well, they are, but
dating in the movie. But are they necessarily a good-looking couple together?
Not necessarily. I mean, kinda. Like
yeah, I think so.
I felt like I felt like
the scene in the principal, not the whatever. The,
like I almost think like Florence Pugh is too attractive.
That's what I'm thinking. That's way too attractive.
So here's my pick. It was Sadie Sink.
I like that.
You know her from Stranger Things.
I do know her.
Because she's
the best picture she's ever looked.
No, you look her now.
Right here is the best she's ever looked, though.
So if you
I know her from Stranger Things, though. She doesn't look.
Yeah, but
she was also younger then.
Katie was ugly.
I mean,
I can't argue it. I'm not gonna like.
So she's cute enough to be like attractive, but she's like also like.
I like Sadie Sink over my pick.
I think we should all go Sadie Sink. I'm not going to argue.
I like her over my pick.
Yeah.
I like Zendaya, but I think
it would be nice if they took the orange out of her hair and just made it brown.
Yeah, that was.
Right. No, I'm saying is they would have to do that, but I think she would be great would be great if they gave her brown hair.
Right. Okay.
100% Sadie Sink.
Boom.
There you go.
All right. The next character that we're doing is Donald Boone Schoenstein, played by Peter Reigert, and he was 31 at the time of filming.
I'm not sold on this guy. Not sold. Cole Sprouse. Again, not sold at all. I thought he looked most like Daniel Stratton, whatever, Boone, in that role. I think he looks a lot like him.
I don't hate this pick.
I don't hate the pick either, and you may hate mine more. So let's keep Cole Sprouse in the runnings.
Okay.
Because with the Sadie Sink thing, it's really not going to look good. But the way I looked at it was Boone was kind of like Eric Stratton is like the pimp, right? Yeah. Boone is kind of like, if you're going to do Grease, Eric Stratton is the John Travolta, whereas Boone is the Kanicki. He's like he's slightly less than Stratton. So with that being said, I picked Joe Keery from Stranger Things. Brian, did you do the same?
I did the same thing.
Yes.
So boom. I picked Joe Keery as well. I thought
let's do this time we're matched.
Yeah, I thought he's got the right, he's snarky personality.
I think Sprouse is better look than that guy.
He's like, this guy's like one step from being cool. You know what I mean? And that's what Boone was, one step from being cool.
Yeah.
Was he though?
Yeah.
Was he?
Yes.
Which is the
Watch
greatest
the movie
line
again. Is he? He's not really one step from being
Boone's
cool.
greatest line, by the way, was when she was like, "How am I going to go home and tell my parents I'm dating a retard?" And he goes, "Is he bigger than me?" Greatest line.
Well, I think it's got to be Joe Keery because two of us picked him.
Oh my god!
That's just the rule, right?
That is the rule.
All right. Cool.
I'm not very happy about
that's funny. I was a little worried about the tie-in with Sadie Sink also being in.
Yeah, that is weird.
But I thought they'd go well together in the movie. So.
Okay.
All right. The next character we're doing is the great Eric Otter Stratton, played by Tim Matheson. He was 31.
Ryan and I are going to fight over this unless we pick the exact same
I
person.
guaranteed we did. I guarantee you we didn't pick the same
We talked about it ahead of it. We don't know each other's picks.
I think mine is perfect, especially if you've seen the latest season of the show that he's in. But
I don't think mine's in a show, so we're not going to pick the same person. But I think mine's perfect.
I went with Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid
from The Boys.
Yes.
Don't hate it. Maybe not like handsome enough.
My problem is, like I said, Stratton's like the ladies' man. He's like a pimp.
But he's a college guy, lady. That guy looks like a college ladies' man. He's got the look.
In like West Virginia University.
Yeah, I mean,
he's not a model like looking dude.
What?
I think okay.
I mean, I think he has the same normal looking thing as Stratton did.
Like,
Stratton
I don't see him going into the grocery store and picking up the dean's wife.
Yeah.
And I don't think he's like dating every girl on campus.
Okay.
So we'll throw them all out there. We'll throw them out there and see what sticks.
Again, not a bad looking dude, and I think he could. I could see him being, a Boone.
He would be a Boone. He would be a better Boone.
Right.
Well, I can't get Boone because you guys always choose the same people.
So this one, I guess we're not picking the same people because I don't think mine's on a TV show. It could be though. When I was literally going through this was the first person that I wrote down. He was the first person I cast, basically. For Eric Stratton, I have Matt Rife, the comedian. He is constantly there's videos on him on YouTube and all TikToking where he's like picking.
No way!
He's actually picking up ladies in the crowd. Like literally, he's a pimp when it comes to Brian, do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He completely picks up ladies.
Yeah,
because he looks like that with his body.
But he's very confident. He's very
very confident. He's very confident. Very funny.
He does not have.
He's very funny, and he's so confident in himself that he just picks up I fell in love with him just watching him on stage.
So I think he's got the right personality. Yeah. The look is a little.
His look
maybe not be enough.
The look isn't there.
All I know is he could have picked me up.
Yeah,
that's all.
I don't. Ooh, wow. Maybe Matt, you're telling us something here tonight. But
I'm just saying that dude's pimp.
So I picked for Eric Stratton. I picked Jack Whitehall.
You're gonna say he's more attractive than Cole Sprouse.
Yeah.
What show is he on?
So he's on. Well, right now he's on. He's a stand-up comedian. He's on the After Party right now, and he plays just the kind of character we're talking about, like a pimpy kind of pick up the cougar type character. He was in Jungle Cruise with Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah, no one saw that.
No one saw
Just he's been in some stuff.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Matt Rife. He's actually selling out the Warner Theater versus.
Well, who chooses? Because I'm not
Oh, yeah,
choosing
yeah,
Matt
yeah.
Rife.
I don't like Matt Rife.
Okay, so how do we choose?
I don't know. Maybe we have to workshop this one.
Okay, let's eliminate. If you have to eliminate one.
Matt Rife, I would eliminate immediately.
I wouldn't. I would immediately eliminate Jack Quaid.
So
hate to say it, but I would immediately eliminate Jack Quaid as well.
Well, then
you pick. You pick Whitehall then.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't want to pick Whitehall.
Well, that unless you don't. You said you didn't want to pick Matt Rife.
So here's some other picks of let me put some other picks of Whitehall up.
But like, why do we have to go on Whitehall? Why can't we like? Because two people said no to my name. Is that why?
At this point, yes, because Jack Quaid.
We can pick somebody else too. So if we've got other suggestions that we can come up with, we could workshop this stuff live.
Yeah, like we did. What was it? The one we picked.
What about
at the end of
Tom Holland's too small, right?
Yeah, too short.
What about Jacob Elordi? I wrote that name down too.
Who's Jacob Elordi?
That dude.
I mean,
I don't know
I don't know who he is or what he's done.
I don't know who he is.
Yeah. No, he wouldn't be.
Like, I think it's got to be somebody that exudes confidence, like just uber.
Good. I think if you watched the latest season of the After Party, you'd like my pick a lot more.
And if you watched Matt Rife's,
I've seen Matt Rife. I just don't think he's got the face for it.
He does. His face sucks.
Well, did Tim Matheson have the best face?
Yes, he's actually got a really good face. But he looks more funny face. That's why I went with Jack Quaid.
Yeah, I think the thing that bothers me about Matt Rife is this, like I don't know.
No.
It's just like...
Especially that picture.
No.
The confidence is there, I will admit, 100%,
yes.
Matt. I know what you're talking about. He's funny, and he could definitely pull off the...
What about Theo Vaughn?
I think he's too old.
I don't know. I
don't think he's pretty enough.
I don't know his age.
He's got to be in his 40s.
Oh,
is he?
He was on like the first season of
All Comedians.
Maybe I don't know.
He's 43.
Oh, 40. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, he's too old.
I mean, Mooney's gonna hate this, but I would go Matt Rife. I would concede Matt Rife. I just don't think he's definitely got the right.
Your pick then. I'm not going Matt Rife. There's no way.
You don't even know who he is.
He doesn't look anything like.
I think if
so
here's
the thing: if you saw his stand-up comedy,
if you saw his stand-up, you would totally get it. You would totally understand.
The problem is, I don't know if he's a good actor, though.
Most comedians, but most comedians,
I know.
You guys, I think, will probably agree with me.
I know Jack Whitehall is a good actor.
Jack Whitehall, it is.
Okay. I don't care. I'm not dying on the...
I think we're calling it Jack Whitehall.
I'm not dying on the hill for this, but what I'm saying is most comedians, and I've said this before, I think are better actors than most actors.
All right,
because of the fact that they're doing...
All right. We're putting Jack Whitehall. We got to move on.
I don't care. I'm not, like I said, I'm not dying on the hill for him. I'm just saying that's my theory.
So the next character we're doing is Larry Pinto Kroger, played by Tom Hulse. He was 25. 25 at the age of filming.
Okay, so my Pinto is no other than Noah Schnapp
from Stranger Things.
Yep.
2020. I was trying to get the latest pictures. Not terrible. He could do it, sure.
Because Pinto, in a weird way, was a little feminine too.
Yeah.
Noah Schnapp is kind of feminine.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I struggled for someone who looked dorky enough to play
not terrible. All right.
So mine is Asa Butterfield.
Oh, that's funny because I used him for Dorfman.
He's a little. Yeah, I think he'd be a better Dorfman.
Yeah, I used him for Dorfman. If you
I didn't use
put
him
weight
for
on
Dorfman.
him, if you put weight on him, he'd be perfect for Dorfman.
He looks a little emo-ish. Like I don't know.
I don't
like lately.
honestly. I don't like my Dorfman necessarily. So we'll see how things stack up.
Okay.
So I picked Andrew Dismukes.
Oh, I like that.
He's on SNL. This is my one current SNL cast member.
Oh man, that is perfect.
So
he looks like him. I'm run. We'll run
oh my
with
god,
that.
no, totally.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, but I know
that even
SNL.
looks like
he
Pinto.
does kind of look like him.
Yep. Are we calling it?
Yes.
All right.
100%.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. The next character we're doing is Kent Flounder Dorfman, played by
I already
Stephen
said his name. But he's got to gain weight. Like he's gonna have to go to the Subfacts eating class. I mean, Asa Butterfield.
We'll buy him a slice of pizza. Yeah. I'll be honest with you. Mine is not great, but it's once again, I was looking for fat actors that could do a comedy piece, and I was only going with what I've seen him do in Spider-Man. But Jacob Batalon, Batalon, the best friend. Yeah, he's like the best friend of.
That's not a bad. I know who you're talking about.
So I think he's lost a bunch of weight lately.
I think he has, but he could put it back on.
Well, you don't want to do that, right? If you're
why not?
Like
he's an actor.
What
I'm saying is, if he grew his hair, because he even had like a afro, I think, and
he could definitely be Dorfman.
Yeah, I'd want him to put his hair back on because he was funny. Like he was a funny sidekick in the Star.
I actually kind of like that. Yeah. He would have to put weight back on, and I don't know if he's gonna want to do that.
I like this pick actually better than mine. I don't like my pick at all. I picked Gaten from Stranger Things. Don't love this pick, so I'm not gonna fight at all.
Why? Like I kind of like that one too, and he wouldn't have to gain weight. He's overused. I'll give you that.
I mean, he's in nothing now except for Stranger Things.
He's in Broadway now.
He does a lot of Broadway stuff.
Yeah,
but
I kind of like both of those.
The only thing is if we and I'm not just saying this for my guy because I don't really.
I agree on that point.
But there's a lot of Stranger Things already.
Yeah.
Because you got like.
I am fine with going with Jacob Batalon.
Yeah.
All right.
I wish Asa Butterfield would gain some weight.
I wish
there were more choices.
Gain his weight back so he could be funny.
I wish there were more choices of younger, heavier set comedian.
Yeah, like
people.
They keep saying the world is fat. Like America specifically is heavy.
But apparently not the actors.
Not in Hollywood.
Nope, not at all. All right. The last character we're doing is John Bluto Blutarsky, famously played by John Belushi. He was 29 at the time of filming.
And it will never, ever be replaced.
Nobody could ever top this.
So just know we may battle folks on this one just for this show, but like we can all agree that no one will be able to
there'll never be another Belushi.
It would almost be sacrilege if they even name the character Bluto.
Right.
I mean, like Farley is sort of in that category about it's hard to be him and it's hard to be John Candy.
Yeah, and Artie Lang back in the day
kind of leads that pack.
Yeah, like Artie Lang back in the day, like loved everything Belushi and idolized him. And
he could have done this in the right age.
He could have done it in the 90s or whatever. Right. But no, there's nobody even close to Belushi now.
Yeah.
So this guy, he would have to put on his best performance ever.
Mm-hmm.
But looks wise. Face wise, like the certain things he's done in the past on the show, from a show that you love, Troy Gentile.
Who's Troy Gentile?
You're gonna hear a lot about Troy Gentile tonight.
Oh.
Because guess who somebody else picked for John Bluto Blutarsky?
How do you argue the Flyers?
I think he would be good.
He would be perfect.
I think he's got the look.
Yeah.
He could easily put on a little weight.
Yep.
He's the party guy, right?
Yep.
Yeah. But here's okay. Let me just say mine just to get it out of the way. But
yeah,
I'm not going to argue. I think, and he used to be fat.
He used to be.
That picture back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna argue that, especially since he's wearing a Flyer. How do you say no to somebody wearing a Flyers jersey? But the person I picked was Paul Walter Hauser. You'll know him when you see the picture.
That guy
from Cobra Kai. He plays a slovenly dude, and trust me, I struggled.
I think he's old.
I don't think he's but I don't think he's as old as we think he is.
36.
36.
Yeah,
he's a little.
Yeah. He may be aged
how old is the other dude?
He's 20.
It doesn't matter anyway.
29. 29.
Okay, so I'm not going to argue. I can't. That was the only reason, because he plays the slovenly guy who's.
Yeah.
He's the only fat actor in Hollywood, apparently.
Yeah, and I think he's a great actor. He's been in a lot of stuff, and he's really funny.
He's in that Clint Eastwood movie about the bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think he could do it in a pinch, but he's not. I wasn't sold. It was just.
I liked Troy Gentile.
I love that pick.
And I think that it has to win because of the rule.
Yeah, it is. The rule dictates.
Yeah.
So yes.
Troy Gentile.
Yeah. And thank you at least for picking the Flyers jersey picture.
I did that on purpose just to sway your opinion a little bit, Matt.
That was the over the top.
So that was a little bit of trickery on my part, but I didn't have to use it because Mooney picked the same thing.
Boom.
As soon as I was going through it, I was like, "Oh my god, that was the only one I really liked. That was the only pick that I was sold on."
Okay,
there was somebody else that I was thinking of. I can't remember who it was now, but I agree, Mooney. So just to recap, our the Subfacts recasting of the National Lampoon's Animal House. Robert Hoover is Josh Hutcherson.
Actually, love that pick.
Boom.
Stork is John Early.
Perfect.
Doug Niedermeyer is Will Poulter.
Perfect.
Daniel D-Day Simpson Day is Jesse T. Usher.
I hope it works. I like it.
Our Katie is Sadie Sink.
I like it.
Boom.
Our Boone, or Donald Schoenstein, is Joe Keery.
I'm not 100% sold.
I like it. Our Eric Otter Stratton is Jack Whitehall.
Wish someone would YouTube and write in, so we can get a better.
Right.
Folks, leave comments, because if you think they're wrong by not picking,
absolutely.
No one's gonna say
and everyone's homework, other than watching Animal House, if you haven't seen it, is to go watch the After Party, especially season 2, because he's in it, and he's really good in it, and he plays this type of character.
No one's gonna pick Matt Ryan. No. So just
I'm gonna play you his stuff on so you can see
his comedy is funny, and he's got the right. Again, Matt, I'm perfect. Our Larry Pinto Kroger is Andrew Dismukes.
Wow. Yeah. Perfect.
And our Kent Flounder Dorfman is Jacob Bantalon. Again, wish there was more choices available in Hollywood, but that's okay.
Oh my god.
There should be more fat people.
Really hard.
And then how would you call us? We can play fat.
And then and then the best pick of all is for John Blutarski is Troy Gentile.
I'm surprised you didn't choose it. It's your show. It's your TV show.
I tapped out of that show 2 years ago.
Yeah, I kind of got.
Once Murray got once he left, because they fired him.
Right.
It just became really stale.
Yep.
It just became okay. So it ran its course. I don't know why they're still dragging it through the mud.
Yeah.
But anyways, awesome. So
I loved it. That was awesome.
It was better than I thought, because trust me, we it was a struggle. It was a struggle.
I can't, like you said, I can't. I googled young fat actors,
you can't do it.
And everybody was like,
I almost had
Jonah Hill, like Chris Pratt when he was heavier.
I was this close from having Lizzo as Bluto. You know what I mean? I was like, come on, is there anybody else?
I'm surprised you didn't pick Tammy as.
Oh, I know. Trust me, he's lost some weight, and so no, I struggled. I literally, because of Lizzo, I literally almost flipped the genders of everybody just to try to make something happen, but it wouldn't have been right.
Yeah, even then it would have been a struggle.
Yeah. So, folks, if you think that you can do a better job at recasting Animal House than we did,
the characters that we did,
please let us know in the comments. More importantly, if you've seen some of our other recastings or you've just seen this one for the first time, if there's a movie in pop culture that you think that we should recast, absolutely let us know.
Can you upvote Cocoon? I've been trying to get these guys to do Cocoon, and
no one's trying to do Cocoon. You know how hard it was to find 80-year-old people, like young fat people.
Nobody wants to
find
there's a lot of 70-year-old. By the way, a lot of the actors that we grew up and loved, they're now 60, 70.
I don't think many people like Cocoon as much as you think they do. I liked Cocoon in the 80s when I first saw it. I don't think I ever saw it afterwards. At no point did I run to Blockbuster and go, "Hey, do you have Cocoon?"
Yeah, I'm not really interested in doing Cocoon.
like, did you ever run to Blockbuster looking for Cocoon?
I haven't seen it since it came out.
I want to recast Amici. That's
well, then use him for something else. Like, why who's your Don Amici? Like, do you have a Don Amici ready to go? Like a Hume Cronin? Do you and Jessica Tandy? Like,
see, it's already funny.
Why don't we do Batteries Not Included? They were in that too, So
next up, Batteries Not Included.
A movie nobody's seen since 1983.
Yeah. So folks, if there's a movie that everybody universally loves, like a Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like that would be a good one, type of thing.
Young actors again, though. We're gonna
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, whatever. Something.
There's probably not enough characters in that, but yeah.
Well, there's enough you could work around, or Vacation, or something like that. Right. Any of those movies that we grew up with, just let us know in the comments.
Well, I think we talked about maybe doing Caddyshack next.
I actually like Vacation. That's a great idea.
Well, yeah. We've got a laundry list because we're going to be doing these, folks.
Because you got the John Candy character, you have the Chevy Chase character, the Chevy Chase's wife.
There's a ton of random characters.
Okay, Vacation. I put my vote now in for Vacation.
Okay, well, we can add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
So, okay, folks. So, you've got your marching orders. Please leave comments. If you like what we did, hit like, hit the subscribe button. All of that helps our channel grow further and further and further. And more importantly, if you really want to give us a little slice of pizza, click that link in the description and buy us a slice of pizza. Can you tell it's new for us?
Wow. You mentioned it only like 15 times.
It's brand new. It's a little widget. I like the fact that we have something in the description other than, I don't know what we normally put in our description. Now we have a link people can actually click.
Well, why didn't we do that? We should have done it when we did the freaking 30, when we got 35,000 hits.
I did add it. I added it.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, we just found this out. It's brand new. Anyway, so folks.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much. And we will see you next time. Boom.